Welcome back everyone to Stage B here at the third edition of the Berlin Expo, Berlin E-Commerce Expo. So we've all had a long day with a lot of inspirational talks and presentations, and welcome now to our... Does this sound a little bit annoying to you? Not my voice, the microphone. If I keep it like this, like this, okay. Now it's good. Thanks for the thumbs up. That's what I need exactly at this hour of the day. So we're approaching the final presentation here at the Stage B for today. We will have two speakers from Poland. They hold a position as big data architect and managing partner for Unity Group. I'm very interested in what they're going to present. They're talking about artificial intelligence and how artificial intelligence and big data can be applied to solutions for e-commerce strategies, business strategies. And yeah, when I was reading the description, there was so much about artificial intelligence, and when you read the backgrounds about the speakers, also working at universities, doing research, teaching, I think, you might think with the amount of publications in the field of artificial intelligence, they are mainly working on themselves. So myself, I'm very curious about what to expect, and please give it up with a warm, welcoming applause for Piotr Wrzalik and Dr. Maciej Pondel from Unity Group.
Thank you for the introduction. That's quite a pronunciation of Polish. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Okay, hello guys. It's really great to see so many of you here today, especially considering the time. And it's the last session. It's never good to speak at the last session on any event, so thanks a lot. My name is Piotr. I'm representing Unity Group. I'm one of the managing partners, and together with me today I have Maciej, my longtime colleague from Unity. And Maciej is also working at the Wrocław University of Economics. And today we're going to show you that you can use machine learning and artificial intelligence to boost your e-commerce, not only in terms of sales, but also other metrics. Well, before we commence on a journey through large data sets, algorithms, and dashboards, just allow me to say a few words about our company. So we are a mid-sized software house from Poland. We are based in Wrocław, 3 hours drive from here. We have 200 people on board, and we are focused on e-commerce. We have just had our 21st anniversary party. I still haven't fully recovered. But between our anniversary parties, we actually do some projects. And I'm very proud to have a lot of clients from Germany also being our clients. One of them is even based here in Berlin. Lesara is a fashion retailer. So we do different kind of stuff, mostly e-commerce front ends, integration, and things like that. Okay, but if you want to learn more about our case studies, you can visit us still at the B11 stand for the rest of the time, but I think we should cut to the chase. So why we picked this topic was that over those 20 years of our history, we have realized that our clients use they gather tons of data, a lot of data, different kind of data, transactional, behavioral, but none of them, or very small fraction of those clients, actually do anything with this data. Okay, if you consider just emails, of course we use emails in communication, but there's so much more in the data. So we were struck with the fact that our clients are neglecting the power of the data, so we have decided to acquire a grant from European Union to do some research on that and to have like a more scientific perspective on this project. And Well, today we're going to share with you actually the findings from these projects. So we're going to tell you why machine learning actually works for e-commerce data, and what methods, what algorithms you can use to improve your metrics in e-commerce. And we're going to show you some a kind of methodology that we use for this kind of projects. But before I start, I'd like to ask a very important question. Would you rather base your decisions on data, actual data, or intuition, or external advice? Anyone care to answer? Who's for data? That's really good. Okay, so let's look at some data. 86% of people will actually believe any data that are on a PowerPoint slide. Yeah, even if I just make it up for the purpose of making some point, you are going to believe it because it's visualized. But it's not true. Don't worry, it's not true. I just made it up. But I'm sure some of you believed. Have you? Well, but thankfully, I have a scientist today here, and Maciej has done a real research on real data from some e-commerce projects that we have delivered over those years, large-scale projects, and the results, the outcomes that we're going to present today are based on actual research and real data, so don't be afraid.
Yeah, thank you, Piotr, and I strongly believe that 86% of you will believe what I'm saying. Yeah? First of all, we have to answer the question whether advanced data analysis, not only traditional visualization, but also machine learning, really benefits. Yeah? It transpires from independent researchers that it really gives business power. Yeah? $1 invested in advanced data analysis gives us benefit of $13. Yeah? Forrester says that in fact only 12% of data is efficiently used for the business analytics to make some business conclusions, and we can say that when we analyze those data, we can make data-driven decision which should be delivered faster, which should adjust our business in a better way, and of course get positive financial results. Before starting talking about real use cases, I would like to mention that we divide approaches to data analysis into those four steps. Yeah, mainly companies do this first step, descriptive analysis. Yeah, which is based on the top of business intelligence systems delivered as SQL queries. Yeah, as visualizations of data, and such analysis answers tell us what are the real challenges in our business. But in fact, real money are in the following steps, where we have diagnostic analysis, yeah, which answers the question why why those event happens. Yeah. Next steps is predictive analytics, which answers the question what is going to happen in the future, and the final most advanced data analysis is prescriptive analysis, which answers the question what should we do to make the positive aspects happen, and of course how to prevent from occurrences of negative aspects. So if we address this methodology to e-commerce and to marketing, we should follow the presented steps. Of course, it's clear that we should start from some goal definition, yeah, that we need to find some challenges that we want to address, but then in marketing we follow the path that on the first step we should define the target group of our clients, of our customers that we want to contact with, yeah. Then, having this group, we should adjust the offer of correct products that they should be interested in. Yeah, and then as a final result of this analysis, we should make up decision under what conditions should we offer them those products that should be adjusted to them. Here you have presented some approaches, some algorithms that are useful in those steps. So as I mentioned, first of all, we should start from this goal definition.
Yeah, so what are the most typical goals for applying advanced analytics in e-commerce? So first goal is usually communication, so your campaign efficiency. When we started talking to marketers, we were really struck how comfortable they feel with really pathetic low numbers on click rates, open rates, and conversion rates. It looks like we are used to low numbers in marketing. And what we have proven by applying machine learning and prescriptive analytics on this data was that we were able to increase these numbers significantly. And this is becoming more and more important, especially in the days when you have GDPR knocking at your doors. So if you fail to make your client happy, if you disappoint them with your communication, they will simply opt out, and there will be nothing that you can do to stop them from drifting away to your competition. So we can use machine learning to better adjust your communication with your clients. And this was one of the cases and one of the use case scenarios that we have managed to deliver. Second goal is loyalty. Again, on the left side here, you have an example of one of our large clients, a fashion retailer, that spends a lot of money for one-time buyers. So the yellow color is a one-time buyer, the green color is a repeat customer. And you can see they are growing from year to year, they are growing in volume, but the percentage of returning customer actually goes down. And this is really bad because you spend more and more money on new traffic, on new customers, and this is becoming costly these days, neglecting the existing clients. And why we started thinking why this is the problem. So the only explanation that came to my mind, our mind, was that it's the lack of knowledge and the lack of tools. Because it's much easier to spend money on campaign rather to spend money on learning more about your existing customers. So we have also proven that investing money in learning the behaviors and the needs of your existing customers gives much higher returns on investment than firing with huge budgets on paid campaigns to acquire more traffic. Because returning customers buy more. And the last use case that was pretty common during our research was the margin problem. So we have also noticed that it's another example from a different client. On the left side, you have a annual chart of average markdown. So the annual, so the average rebate they were giving to sell their products. So we can see that with each next year, the markdown goes up. So they are selling with bigger and bigger rebates. And of course, they were also growing in volume, selling more and more. But at the same time, the profitability of the business were going down. And this also can be harmful to your business in the long run. So what you should be doing is you should try to move your clients towards lower margins. And it is possible, and we have proven that it is possible to pin down the segments of the clients that do not need special promotions or rebates to purchase at a certain time. You just have to know which clients those are. Okay, so those three use cases, those three typical goals, we started thinking that we have very similar challenges with the similar clients, and we were able to apply very similar solutions to those problems. So we started thinking, hey, maybe this is an idea for a product. Maybe this is something that we could help to make those businesses use machine learning and artificial intelligence for just a fraction of the cost. Because, you know, for a typical e-commerce business, it's very expensive to hire data engineers to start this technological stack that you need to, you know, have just to analyze your data. And this actually gave birth to Upsally. And Upsally is something I'm going to tell you something more at the end. But first, let's have a look a little bit more in detail how it works.
Okay, thank you, Piotr. I will give you a few examples of different advanced analytics approach that we implement for our clients. So first of all, I will introduce the topic of prediction. Yeah, prediction. What's prediction based on data? Yeah, the main path that we should go through starts from, of course, definition a goal experiment. Yeah, in a moment I will tell you a few examples. I will introduce a few examples of goals definitions. So if we know the goal, we need to analyze the historical data to train the model on a past cases. The model will find the references between attributes between data, and thanks to this model, that should be, of course, tested and validated. We should know what accuracy of the model we should expect. After we make this testing, basing on the model, we can simply predict a future. So where to implement such a predictive analytics? Yeah, for example, we can predict whether our client will be interested in taking part in a purchase of a special offer of if we are introducing a new model, we can predict who could be interested in buying this new product. Yeah, we use predictive analytics, for example, for returns in a fashion industry. It really matters. We can predict probability of complaints, try to predict demand of selected product category, or even customers' price elasticity. So here is a use case that we implemented prediction. It is based on post-Christmas sales in fashion e-commerce. Yeah, so we predicted customer demand. So we had to train the model on historical data. In fact, the historical data we treated those from January 2016. Yeah. After we trained the model, we could try to validate it. So we tested the model. Were requested to predict whether those clients are going to buy on a post-Christmas sale in 2017. Yeah, of course we know whether those clients bought or not. So thanks to this approach, we could compare the prediction of the model and the facts of purchases. After a few iterations where the model acquired proper accuracy, we could implement it in a real life. So we trained the model once again based on the whole history and asked the model to predict which clients are going to to participate in the sale this year, 2018. Yeah, so this campaign still lasts, and we are right now following the campaign conversion. Yeah, so in a few words, how this model works. Of course, looks a little bit difficult, but the model here is presented on an example of decision tree. That decision tree says that if the client purchased more than 1.5 or 2.5 products with special discount, and if he ordered home delivery, and if he met some other criteria, we can predict him as interested. Yeah, of course. It's only visualization, yeah, because real models are far more complicated, yeah. Thanks to such a model, if we have client described by several attributes, we can observe the influence of specific attribute on the final decision of a client. So, for example, surprisingly, the time spent during the previous purchases matters when we predict his next orders, or for example the number of home deliveries. Yeah. So as I mentioned, we do not use only decision tree, but a lot of different methods and algorithms. And in fact, for a production, we use a collective intelligence. So we train several models, and each model gives decision, and then we combine all those decisions to make up ensemble prediction. Yeah, and such approach give us the best results. The next use case that I would like to introduce is segmentation. Clustering. Yeah, we can cluster our clients, we can cluster the transactions, we can cluster of also our products, and here we'll have two use cases of clustering. One is inspired by RFM methodology. But what are the assumptions? Yeah, we would like to split our clients into 6 groups. Because we would like to define 6 different marketing strategies, different marketing policies to define the message which we should deliver to every group. Yeah. So each segment, of course, should be treated in a distinctive way. And what's most interesting, as a marketers, we do not know the specific borders between those segments. We do not have to answer the question, what does it mean that clients buy expensive products or cheap products? Yeah, because in case of each product, this border looks in a different way. Yeah, that's why we apply machine learning clustering algorithms. And here, as I mentioned, it is a result of clustering based on RMF methodology. RMF stands for recency, frequency, and money. And we added another dimension, the number of orders in an e-commerce shop of our clients. So, in fact, we got as a result those 6 clusters. Here you can observe any indicator that you would like to observe. We can see that the highest income gives this cluster of our client, and here we can try to interpret what it means. So selecting 2 most profitable segments of clients, we see that they are quite similar. Yeah, on this visualization, they seem to be quite similar, and we can observe that average value is really similar for those clients. The recency also, but they differ. But they differ on other dimensions. Thanks to such approach, we can define a policy to each segment which will bring the most profit. For example, observing the lowest profitable segment, we can see that it seems quite inconsistent. Yeah, those dots are our clients. They differ a lot, but what is important, those are clients that have the highest average order value, much higher than regarding the second cluster. Yeah, so it's up to us as a marketers whether we should forget about this cluster or we should treat it in a different way. Yeah. Because it is a really segment of clients that are most loyal. Yeah, they purchase 37 times in our shop, so it means a lot. Yeah? Another example of clustering is when we would like to distinguish our clients into those that are driven by special offer discounts, they are bargain hunters, and into those who mainly buy new fashionable products with highest price. Yeah? So for example, we can see those segments in here, and observing the segment that gives us the highest profit, we can see that they buy with quite a high discount, but a product that is quite new. But it really matters that they are really loyal customers. Yeah. So on this segment we earn mostly our money. So another use case, another method is, let's say, it's a collection of methods. It's pattern recognition. Yeah, we can apply here algorithms of association rules or collaborative filtering. But I would like to introduce you the algorithm of sequences detection, which seems to be very promising in our analysis. Here we build our set of rules basing on some cluster of clients. Here there is a cluster of a woman that lives in cities, let's say huge cities, and we analyze every purchase of those people. Yeah, and from those analyses we create rules saying that after purchase of this product, this is the probability of purchasing this product. Yeah, basing on this, after analyzing these trousers of a specific brand of female, yeah, into blouse of the same brand of female, we know that there is a 7% probability to purchase this product. Yeah, and also analysis answer us the question, in which moment of time to offer the second product, yeah? And we see that the highest probability of purchasing the second product is after the 26 weeks, yeah? So that's how we can predict the next step or the behaviors of our client, and we can tailor the messages directly to the expectation of our customers, yeah? So in fact, the conclusions that I want to introduce is that this data-driven approach, reasoning, can deliver you a set of hypotheses, thousands of hypotheses that will be automatically evaluated by algorithms, and they can give you a valuable insight to your business. And what is most exciting for me, you as a human do not have to understand every of those rules, every of those hypotheses, and you do not have to justify it, because they just reflect to your business realities. Yeah, they show how your business looks like, and you can simply take two or 10 most promising rules and apply them into your, for example, marketing automation system. Yeah. So now a few words about suggested next steps.
Yeah. Okay. And thanks, Maciej. So I read a lot about artificial intelligence, and I'm sure that we share the same view, and we are afraid of being replaced by machines at some point. But this is not the case here. The solutions that we have built and applied to our clients' problems is something that is supposed to support human intelligence with machine intelligence. And Wrzalik is actually something that we call customer intelligence platform. And you can use Wrzalik to look into your data and to draw conclusions and prepare hypotheses that will help you to achieve better goals, higher returns with your existing marketing tools. So we are not intending to replace anything. You still will use your email marketing platform, your marketing automation platform, your text messages and things like that, but you will use them wiser. So Wrzalik will prepare ready-to-use hypotheses to boost your sales and to help you to spend less money on marketing or to achieve bigger results with the same spending. And I invite you to our stand, P11, to learn more about Upsally. And since we do not have too much time, the time's running up, so we can also have a consultation later after the event if you want to learn more, or just go to upsally.com to see how it works. Thank you very much for being with us today. If you have questions, do we still have time for questions? Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Piotr and Maciej. Yes, we do have a couple of minutes left for questions, so if anybody found an error during the modeling, please go ahead. No, I didn't think so, but I'm sure there are questions, so please, yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, very interesting. I would like to ask, if we don't have data, do you have like any hints to start building that? And also, I mean, which are the critical patterns or things that if we already have data, I mean, when it's going to be enough to start at least analyzing and see those patterns? Yeah, is it clear?
You understood? Very good, because I didn't understand.
I think I got the question. Okay, so we have a kind of like a generic model of a customer order and those most commonly used objects in e-commerce. And when you bring your data to us, then we look into the data and we try to apply your existing data into this generic model. So then our algorithms can start working. So maybe some use cases will not be able to perform, but the others will. And so it doesn't matter what kind of system you use now, whether it's Magento or it's Hybris or it's Shopify. You just need to give access to this data to our algorithms, and we're going to make sure that we can make use of them. Does it answer your question?
Thank you very much. We've got time for 2 more questions. Yeah? Okay, please.
So I would like to ask how big your customers are, like how many orders per month, so that you are able to do pattern recognition.
So in the end, how big the data is as well?
Yeah, in fact, we conduct our researches on a databases of clients that are not the biggest in Poland. It is a mid-size, these are mid-size clients which have about 500,000 customers and about 100,000 orders per year. But of course, to draw some conclusion, we need some historical data. So basing on, for example, data coming from 1 year, it is difficult to define a prediction model of, for example, Black Friday sale, yeah? Because we need to base it on a Black Friday from previous years, yeah? But we can, regarding the sequences or the association rules, we can even apply it when we have 100,000 transactions, yeah? And it gives benefits, and even there are use cases that that works fine if we have 10,000-20,000 of transactions. Of course, bigger data set gives better results.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add, that you can start with something with a smaller database, but the accuracy of the predictions will just be lower. Yeah, but the biggest clients that we have like millions of orders in the databases. So that's how we were able to draw any conclusions and prove it's useful. but we believe it can be also useful for smaller clients.
Thank you very much. So is there one last urgent question? Otherwise, I'm sure you'll be able to talk either at the stand or here in front. Then thank you very much. Thank you very much, Piotr. Thank you very much, Maciej.